Obama likely turning beet red after what President Trump just publicized across the airways by us4trump.com. President Trump is on the CBS Evening News in an exclusive interview, and boy oh boy did he ever tell the truth about Obama. You are going to love this. Jeff Glor, who was the longest running show on CBS, looked like he was having a good time too. Jeff starts out with, and you would agree with U.S. intelligence that Russia meddled in the election of 2016? President Trump answers, and I've said that before, Jeff. I've said that numerous times before, and I would say that is true, yeah. Jeff tries to hit President Trump again and asks, but you haven't condemned Putin specifically. Do you hold him personally responsible? The president replies, well, I would, because he's in charge of the country, just like I consider myself responsible for things that happen in this country. So certainly as the leader of a country, you would have to hold him responsible, yes. Then quickly Jeff asks, what would you say to him? And most transparently, POTUS, who is quick on the draw, replies, I'm very strong on the fact that we can't have meddling. We can't have any of that. Then POTUS says something that will make America laugh. He says, now look, we're also living in a grown-up world. It would sure be nice if the leftist press corps would join the rest of us in the grown-up world. That's for certain. POTUS continues and said, will a strong statement? And with a twinkle in his eye, the president changes tact and says, you know, President Obama supposedly made a strong statement. Nobody heard it. President Trump is referring to the statement when Obama told Putin in September of 2016 to cut it out. Additionally, if Vlad didn't cut it out, then there would be serious consequences, as Politico reports.
A teacher, a farmer,
well, that's
nurse,
precious.
all invested in
Sorry
REITs.
about
REITs
that.
Are like mutual funds.
President Trump doesn't stop there, though. He left the best for last. The most powerful man in the world continues. Now, what they did here was the statement he made to Putin, very close friend. He says,
I felt that the most effective way to ensure that that didn't happen was to talk to him directly and tell him to cut it out. There were going to be some serious consequences if he didn't. And in fact, we did not see further tampering of the election process. But the leaks through WikiLeaks had already occurred. In early September, when I saw President Putin in China, I felt that the most effective way to ensure that that didn't happen was to talk to him directly and tell him to cut it out. There were going to be some serious consequences if he didn't. And in fact, we did not see further tampering of the election process. But the leaks through WikiLeaks had already occurred.
well, and that statement was not acceptable. It didn't get very much play, relatively speaking, but that statement was not acceptable. President Trump was talking about the hot open mic moment when Obama was speaking to the outgoing Russian President Medvedev. Watch as Obama says, after my election I will have more flexibility. We remember this.
This is my last election. Yeah. After my election I have more flexibility.
Yeah, I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and let them look at it.
Yeah, we know. And Medvedev says, I will transmit this information to Vladimir. Then in an epic move, Obama reaches over and cups Medvedev's wrist in his hand. Yes, I saw that. Wait, right here.
I transmit this information to I understand. I transmit this information to living or understand.
Isn't that? Yeah, I didn't take a look at
I
that.
transmit this information to living or understand.
So he's the first one that made the move.
I understand. I transmit this information to living or understand.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in closing, the interview segment with Jeff, POTUS said to America, but I let him, meaning Vladimir Putin, know we can't have this, we're not going to have this, and that's the way it's going to be. CBS tweets, watch President Trump tell Jeff Glor he would hold Russian President Vladimir Putin responsible for election meddling. Well, that's what the deep
You
state
agree with
wants.
U.S. intelligence that Russia meddled in the election in 2016?
Yeah, and I've said that before, Jeff. I have said that numerous times before, and I would say that that is true, yeah.
But you haven't condemned Putin specifically. Do you hold him personally responsible?
Well, I would, because he's in charge of the country, just like I consider myself to be responsible for things that happen in this country. So certainly, as the leader of a country, you would have to hold him responsible, yes.
What'd you say to him?
Very strong on the fact that we can't have meddling, we can't have any of that. Now, look, we're also living in a grown-up world. Will a strong statement, President Obama supposedly made a strong statement, nobody heard it. What they did hear is the statement he made to Putin's very close friend, and that statement was not acceptable. Didn't get very much play, relatively speaking, but that statement was not acceptable. But I let him know we can't have this, we're not going to have it, and that's the way it's going to be.
Listen, the fact of the matter is, the deep state is still in full force. That's all I have to say. Because Trump is not reacting like Trump would normally. Yeah, I'm not saying that Putin didn't meddle or it didn't change anything. And had Trump done what Obama did to Medvedev, we'd never hear the end of it. And it's disgraceful the way they're treating this president. And, I basically don't know what to say in this situation. But the deep state is still running rampant. That's my gut take on the situation. And they really put the fear of God into Trump, so to speak, and I understand that because these people are not playing fair, not at all, because they wanted their puppet Hillary in there. Obama could have cared less. He just wanted the fame and the prestige. That's why he was putting his hand out. I've seen that clip, but I didn't really pay that much attention to the thing where he put his hand on Medvedev first. Obama reached out, and Medvedev said, "I'll relay the message to Putin." I mean, had Trump done that, it would have been like, whoa, the media would have been all over it. But also the fact that Hillary, look how they're making a big deal over what Trump said, would or wouldn't have, whatever the word was, where Trump had to backtrack. Where is the media on the 400 million that Hillary got from the Russians for the 2016 election? I mean, there's not Drudge is reporting it, not Breitbart, the conservative Treehouse, all these conservative, so to speak, sites, the Daily Caller, basically a conservative site. Only the true pundit, when I put up the video when Putin came out and said that Hillary got it from $400 million. I mean, that was like, that should have been plastered all over the news. That should have been plastered. But again, you see how the deep state still has deep ties to the media. And they, with the flickering of the lights, that was a clear message to Trump. And I'm telling you, I don't know. The only thing is military. You know, this is like really heavy duty things. And, you know, I don't even know why Trump even took this job, this position. Because he could have been relaxing on some beach, you know, and enjoying his life without having to be treated the way he's been treated. And the things that are going on here, it's just like, I just feel, I feel for him, you know, like, I wish I could help too, but, you know, we stand behind him, and, you know, he's going to need the support of the patriots standing behind him, because in order to take this, you have to go to the roots of the problem. And those roots run deep and they are thick. And it's a very precarious situation here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.